Alright, let's get started. Now we've actually let this dry, we can start mosaicing on it. So first of all, I'm going to put these little gems on here. I've got some stuck here. It's a little bit of glue. Just make sure you pat your glue down just so that your tile doesn't move around when you put it on. So going around the entire lot, it's going to be one white, one black, one white, one black, and so on. Next we're going to start here. As you can see, this one was labelled C, so if you have bought this as a kit set, you will have bags that will be labelled with the correct tiles to go where. So this one is C. This one here is just a black and white theme. So pop a bit of glue down. Right, and putting these tiles down, just bear in mind we are going to stay hard against this line here all the way down. So I'm not going to be worried about this line here. We'll be hard up against this one. So first one will be a white. And this one down here is going to be a black one, which we're going to cut this one diagonally. This is for the bottom part. So remember, against this line here, then basically it's just white, black all the way up, leaving a small gap between each tile. And that one. Just push them down, make sure they're not moving around, and always go back and double check because sometimes they just might have a little bit of a move around till they sort of start to dry. Right, so that one, we're happy with that one. We're just going to replicate that on the other side, and then basically with this one here is what will go on all of the other ones right around, but we'll just focus on this here at the moment. So we're going to follow through with the same pattern but in two different shades of green. Alright, our first one's going to be the shiny one. So just make sure that you're staying at the top of here. Okay, so now we'll put our little black dots in place here. You can see that. We'll put our little black dots in place here and there. So same thing, just make sure you stay above here. We're going to take our green tiles we've got, which I've used in here, just the one colour, and we're going to cut them in half. They roughly take about 4.5 to 5 little half tiles to go around. So I'll show you. Start here. Start one this end and one the other end, and work your way around. You find you might need to cut a half one just to go in here, so we'll see how we go. So I think we'll just cut 1.5. Same with this one that end. and then just a half a one. Alright, so that's, we're going to go around each of those arches. Now we'll focus on here. So I've got two different stained glass tiles here. I've got a beautiful pale blue iridized and just a beautiful plain blue one. So these are just going to cut up into 4 triangles. We're just going to arrange them into the center. Alright, so now we've done halfway down here. So just remember, try and keep your gaps a little bit closer together. And we're going to put our little petals. So we have one here. Smaller one there, and the other smaller one there. So then basically we are just filling in this here with our remainder stained glass pieces we've cut up. It's always handy to have a little pile cut ready to go, just saves a little bit of time. Takes a little practice doing your triangles, but you can just sort of trim them if you need to trim them, they'll fit in nicely. So for example, I want that one to go there, so it's just hitting there, so I'm going to trim that slightly. Right, so now we are going to do the edging. So from this area here to this area here takes 9 tiles. So we're using these beautiful blue ones here. 2, 4, 6, 8, 9. So same on, be 9 here, 9 there, and all the way around. So segments of 9. So we'll get those glued down. Okay, look at these rascals on the move, so do double check. Beautiful. So next up we're going to cut all of our mirror in half. This is going to outline our little flower petals. So same thing again, if you keep your hand on the very end of your cutters, place your tile in the middle and then just slice down. So find keeping your hand covered over the tile will stop them flying away. So it's a good idea to do quite a few of these, just so you've got a stash and you can just carry on doing the outline without having to stop and cut all the time. Alright, now we're going to start with our little orange ones that we've got here. So we've got the orange ones which are going to go here, and we've got the blue. So we're going to put our bigger one that we've got, which is the 20mm vitreous. So that is going to go on the very top. We're just staying on the other side of this line. So So this is where we're going to be doing our gluing. Followed through by our Murano tiles, which are slightly smaller. Just spread them out so the gaps are even. They are slightly bigger gaps than what we've been doing, but we just want to have the grout going in between there. So we're going to fill with a beautiful green stained glass, which is this one here. It's the same thing again. We're going to cut up diagonally. Doesn't matter if they're not perfect triangles, as we will be trimming the tails off so we can fit them in nicely. Okay, so now we're going to outline these ones here on all of them. So this is the ones that we're going to be focusing on now. We've gone around and done all of these ones. So this is the one I've already started, as you can see. So same thing again. As I said, if you put a little bit of glue on and let it sit for a little bit, a couple of minutes, 2 or 3 minutes, it just helps it to settle. And I'm having a bit of trouble with these tiles moving around, so I find it easier. It's so hot today, so the humidity is keeping my glue from drying a bit faster, which is fine. Alright, so that's probably a bit too much. So we're going to outline here in the black first. So I'm using the black vitreous tiles. They have a flat surface and the underside has 2 ridges, or 1 ridge, sorry, and that is the side you want to glue down. So I'm staying on the inside of this line. So 2 there, and then start back from here. That way you can just get even spacing. Alright, so now we're going to fill in this area here. So I've got these beautiful Cosmo blue tiles. These are gorgeous. They've got the lovely little gold threads in them. Beautiful. So we're going to put one here. So it might take a little bit of wiggling and adjusting. So we start from there. One's going to go there. One down there. You can see the gap that we've got. So hopefully by cutting one in half, as I said, cut opposite those ridges, just makes it easy to cut. In the center, right, so just wiggle around, even spacing. Right, and we're going to put one of these beautiful orange iridescent Smarties. We're going to drop it in there. Put it quite close to either one of these and see we've got this little space here. So what we're going to do is get a 20mm mirror, put it diagonally. If it helps, you can actually draw a diagonal line down the center. I find sometimes it's easier to have a little guideline. Make sure your cutters are in the center of your tile, not towards the back like that, but in the center. And then just slice down. So this little one here, we're going to pop in here. And we've got these 2 little gaps either side, so we're going to fill these with a little bit of mirror. So I've just taken a square tile, cut in half, cut in half again, and then in half again. That gives me almost a 10mm tile, half of one. So pop it into here, so just hold it into this gap, and what I want to do, it's going to fit in there, but I want to cut a little bit of an angle off it. So take your pen again, hold it there. I just want to have it fitting in a bit nicer, so I'm going to give it a little angle cut just on the very end. So I hope you can see that. So that is the cut that we've got, a nice little angle, and that should fit nicely in there. See? And the same with the other side. Hold it to the end and you know which way you've got to cut. So take your pen, get my hand out the way, might help. So I want to take a little bit off like that. That is the cut. And that should fit nicely up there. It just makes it look a little bit like you've put a bit of effort into making it fit. So that looks gorgeous. So now we're going to do all of these ones all the way around. I've already started a couple over here. So we'll continue around and then we'll touch base, and we've only got this little bit here to go, and then it'll be all done, plus the center. Okay, we're going to start on the center now. So we're basically going to start with the orange. We're going to go around here, and we are going to continue on around here, leaving a small gap between each tile. Okay, next row in, we're going to do a black and white theme. So it's the Murano ones, just nicely cut in half. And we're just going to follow through with a black, white, and so on. This is just going to go all the way around. Okay, next row in, it is our 10 by 10 little green ones. Same thing again, just flatten that glue down. Small gap between each tile. Spread it round again, nice and flat. Now this we're just going to do a little bit of a range, so you may have to just adjust a few bits and pieces here, but we're basically just going to drop our mirror circles in. Put one more in there. And what we've got here are some little diamond mirrors, so we're just going to get those, cut those in half. So then we basically get two little triangles out of them. And they're just going to fit in nicely into these little gaps. And then we're just going to pop one more little smarty in the center. And that is our centerpiece all done. Beautiful. Okay, our area of focus now is going to be around the outer border. So same thing again, have your glue handy. Now we're going to fill this with 20mm mirror tiles. So we're going to start by putting our first one, it's going to go on the very tip like this. So it should just be touching there and touching the end of there. The next one, allowing a little bit of a gap there, and one on the other side. Same thing again, one there, one here. Then we're going to take our square mirror, we are going to cut it diagonally. So as I said before, we've still, you can do a pen mark if it helps you to do a straighter cut. In the center, so confident cutting is just slicing it down. And these ones are going to go in here. So this will be the same thing again, a little bit of arranging. So leaving this little bit of a gap here, and what we're going to put there is a glitter silver tile. We're going to cut this in half, which I've already done some here. And these ones we're going to pop into these little gaps. So as I said, do this with the glue still wet, because you will have to adjust a few. So just pop them down. We'll straighten up our other tiles shortly. We'll just get these in. We're going to get 4 in there. Right, so then we'll do the other side. And then we can go back and adjust our mirrors so that they are a bit straighter. And one more. Right, so now just go back and adjust all your other mirrors, leaving a bit of a gap between each one. So this is a little bit fiddly, but it'll look stunning. Beautiful. So that is going to be our sequence, which we're going to be doing all the way around here. And this looks quite nice. It has this flow following through, which I think will look nice. As I said, get them cut up, and you can just wriggle these into fit. Go back and check, because as I said, they like to sneak around and have a little bit of a move. Right, so we'll do one more. So it's same thing again, pop your glue in,